Hello, I'm David Chaston with 9 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, including news the World Bank sees a brighter 2014. But first, US producer prices rose very modestly in December, and manufacturing activity in the giant New York region was up quite strongly. Big bank B of A also reported much stronger earnings after years of issues, indicating its mortgage woes are behind it. However, it also reported that mortgage approval levels are dropping. The Fed's important beige book will be released soon, and we'll update this story with the details when they're available. The German economy, thought to be the strongest in Europe, grew at just 0.4% in 2013, held back by the health of its trading neighbours. In fact, the World Bank has delivered an optimistic assessment of 2014 prospects for the world economy, and especially for developing economies, although it is nervous about the impact of the US withdrawal of stimulus. However, speaking of stimulus, it is emerging that China has pumped much more into its economy than the US has done, which is helping to explain why Chinese asset prices have jumped so much. As an aside, one of the larger Chinese dairy companies has reported a loss and is raising prices for its products. Its competitors are following suit. In Australia, their disgraceful banking inquiry, disgraceful because it's been led by the most senior bankers themselves, has heard that banks are concerned about bank bashing. Gold has fallen back a little now and is just below $1,240 an ounce. US benchmark oil, however, has risen to over $94 of a barrel, following reports of declining local inventories and the good manufacturing data. However, both the Dow and the S&P 500 are up strongly in late trade. US Treasury benchmark 10-year bond yields are back over 2.9%. New Zealand dollar starts today virtually unchanged against most currencies, except it is half a cent lower against the US dollar at 83.5 US cents, 93.5 Aussie cents, and the TWI is at 79.0. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.